Today's channeled tarot reading is going to be channeling the energy of missing college student Riley Strain. So Riley is a 22-year-old college student who goes to the University of Missouri, and he went missing on March 8th while visiting Nashville with his fraternity brothers. So it turns out that Riley ended up being kicked out of a bar that they were at in Nashville, Luke Bryan's bar, actually. And he was last seen by his friends around 9:52 p.m. after being kicked out of the bar. And then there's surveillance video from nearby businesses that show him stumbling down the street. And then even more footage is out there showing Riley running and then falling down. The police currently say that there's no indication of foul play. But it turns out that yesterday, which was March 17th, Riley Strain's bank card was found near the river. So, and this, I guess this river is pretty close to the street that Luke Bryan's bar was on and that he was seen walking down. So he's been missing since March 8th. His bank card was finally found days later on March 17th. And he's currently still missing. And there's no trace of where he could possibly be. So, of course, I decided to take this as an opportunity to connect with the energy of Riley Strain and see if we can find out a little more of what happened to him on that day, March 8th, when he ended up going missing. So as usual, I'm going to light this candle in honor of Riley Strain. And while this candle is lit, I'm opening myself up as a channel for the energies of Riley Strain to come through and tell the story through the tarot and oracle cards. So now I just ask that the highest vibrations of light and love connect to my highest self and release all previous programming and unwanted energies. And now I call on the vibration of Riley Strain, the energy of what happened to Riley to come through while this candle is lit. I'm only pulling one of these. We don't know if something's actually happened to Riley at this point. The police did say that there's no indication of foul play at this point. According to the surveillance, he was alone as he was walking down the street. I do find it interesting, though, that, you know, if he was there with all of these fraternity brothers, why did no one leave with him? But maybe someone did, and it's just part of the story I'm not sure of. Okay, Riley Strain, I'm going to shuffle these 3 more times now. Cut the deck and draw 1 card. Strange phenomena involved is what we got. Yeah, that's what we thought. That's why we're here. You know, what's interesting, too, about this is that Riley Strain was nowhere on my radar. I hadn't even heard of his story. But my husband actually told me about him 3 times. With the 3rd time he brought up Riley Strain was this morning. So when I woke up this morning, I had a text message from my husband who's at work. And he said, Riley Strain is still missing. Maybe you should do a reading for him. And that is very unusual because usually I'm the one telling my husband about missing people or conspiracies or whatever. But this time it was him. So it made me intrigued. And Neil has never told me what to do reading on. So it was very strange, and I decided to go ahead and do it. So All right, now I'm just going to shuffle the Rider-Waite deck a few times and cut the deck and draw 3 cards. Basically, I just want the energy of Riley Strain leading up to his disappearance. So give us the energy of that night, March 8th. The Hierophant is reversed. We have the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Wands. Okay. My first thought when I saw the Hierophant reverse coming up is just that during this outing to these bars in Nashville, I feel like there wasn't anyone really taking control of the situation. I feel like although he was there with fraternity brothers, that it's almost like no one was put in charge of the group kind of thing. They were all just out having a really good time, drinking the 9 cups. He's a happy guy, right? And then with this 2 of Wands, I see this as an opportunity to make a decision in some way, concerning his future even, strangely. All right. I'm going to also go ahead and just shuffle the Deviant Moon deck now. I want to get a little more clarity on this, on those 3 cards. Yeah, okay. Queen of Cups reversed. We have the 7 of Wands. And we have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So with this Queen of Cups energy reversed, I do see that there was some kind of possible, like, issue going on in a possible relationship here leading up to this disappearance. With the 7 of Wands, I do feel a sense of self-imprisonment taking place. Like, I'm not really sure what type of conduct got Riley Strain kicked out of the bar that he was out with his friends. But I do feel like he felt targeted. He felt trapped. And finally, we got the 5 of Pentacles. I have to cover a part of it. But with this 5 of Pentacles, I just see a person all by themselves walking around the streets with an eye watching them, right? But feeling really low down. This person feels like they have nowhere to go. They have no friends, but yet they're being watched. But there was surveillance videos watching him walk down the street as well. So that could be that energy that I'm picking up on. But the character in that 5 of Pentacles walking along by themselves, I feel is very distraught. Is actually very sad. All right, Riley Strain, what happened to you after you left that bar? What happened to you after the bar? We just got 3 cards. So, is there a school nearby? That's a good question to start with as well. Is there a school nearby? If not, something could have happened when it comes to some of the people that he was with, or just the fact that he was visiting with the fraternity. That could be why we have the school card showing up. I also feel like someone just didn't like him based on the fact that he's this drunken college student. We got cyber crime and con man. So I wonder if he thought he met someone online, possibly. I don't know if he had a friend or someone he was supposed to meet up with that he had met online. Cybercrime, con man. We also got Project Bluebeam. So what that card really is saying to me is just that there have been lies told, because that came out with the cybercrime and con man. So I feel like somehow a whole story had been told to Riley that just wasn't true. Like a whole thing. You know, just like a whole setup story. That was too many. All right, Riley Strain, what else can you tell us? What happened to you? What else can you tell us? Yeah, we got mind control on the hotel motel card. I'm wondering if when he was stumbling, was he trying to make his way back to a hotel, motel, or like an Airbnb? You know, the mind control card, I believe, is just there because he was not in his right state of mind. He was obviously intoxicated at the time of his disappearance. And I did wonder if he was on his way back, you know, to wherever it is that he was staying with his friends or not. Or it's possible that he had a friend that he had met online who he was going to meet at the hotel. Because that could also be why we have the mind control card showing up with that. Okay, Riley Strain, is there anything else you want to say about what happened to you? Yeah, we got the home card. I feel like the home card is good guy. We got good guy. And rival. Okay, so I feel like maybe someone's also acting more like a friend at home, but then more like an enemy when they were traveling about like this. So it's a possibility that this could have been... I'm wondering if Riley Strain felt like a friend wasn't really being a friend that night too in some way. And I just noticed both of these cards, the good guy and the rival, both have chess on the card. This one, the man's playing the chess, and obviously this one is zoomed in on the game. So yeah, it's almost like people make certain kinds of moves to act a certain way, depending on the situation. And that could kind of be how it was at this fraternity. Good guy, bad guy stuff. Okay, so we got underground and intoxication. So again, we get the intoxication card. He's definitely under the influence of alcohol that night. It was evident in the way that he was walking and stumbling. But then we also got this underground card. So a part of me wonders if he was kept somewhere or taken somewhere. Secretly, obviously, with that underground. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, we have secret trip, private property, and poison. You guys, I'm literally starting to feel more and more like it's possible that Riley Strain met a stranger online who was lying to him, who was setting him up to meet secretly with him, possibly at their own house in Nashville or something. And we get the poison card, but that could also just be indicating, again, that alcohol was consumed. But it could also mean that it's possible that someone had given him something that he didn't know he took. Some type of poison or drug. But the secret trip, private property, and poison card, that's... Okay, so to me, I'm immediately tied it back to the cybercrime and conman cards. False flag. came out reversed. Okay, we got false flag and suicide. So I definitely don't believe that. I don't believe that Riley Strain is actually missing based on something that he had done to himself, strangely. But we also got the vampire card. So again, I feel like there's someone who was somehow stealing energy from him in some way. When I say stealing energy, like a vampire, you know, like telling lies, making him think one thing, but then doing something different. Market manipulation. Again, that's just showing the con man vibes, the lies. Someone's trying to control the narrative. Okay, so we also got evil and sold soul. So this is definitely going to be, I think it's going to be revealed that someone did something to Riley Strain, in my opinion, based on the cards that we've been getting. Someone was lying to him. Someone was trying to make him feel a certain way, possibly, but all in all, it was evil. It's like this person was making it a game, making Riley Strain's feelings a game. Yeah, we got power and trauma. And we also got DNA and solved. So I have a feeling if he's found to be hurt or even worse, that there's going to be some kind of trace evidence to reveal what happened. Okay? But again, I feel like someone was having power over him in some way. Probably connecting with his own inner trauma. Being a college student, I don't know much about him at all, unfortunately. But in some way, they were connecting to his own trauma for power over him in some way. And I do think that there's going to be some DNA or some kind of trace evidence involved that might help figure out what happened. But he has to be found, you know? And honestly, he might be at someone's house. Because we got private property, we got home, we got hotel, motel. All right, I think that that's pretty much all we have right now and all we're going to get. So currently, it looks like he was distraught when he was walking along those streets and stumbling around. I have a feeling that someone was lying to him, controlling him in some way with a story. And it's almost like they took advantage of his intoxication and the fact that next to the underground card, I think the underground card there is there because he was alone. It was like an opportunity for something very evil to take place, possibly. Hopefully not. I want everyone to continue searching for Riley Strain. And if you ever see Riley Strain anywhere at all, especially around the Nashville area, then definitely call the Nashville Police Department and report what you've seen, what you've heard. Because, yeah, they're still on the lookout for this missing person. And since we have no idea what happened to him, he, of course, could just be injured somewhere and unable to be reached. So continue to send loving prayers to Riley Strain and Riley Strain's family. And again, just be vigilant. If you see anything, then say something. All right, so now it's time to send Riley Strain back to the energy from where he came. So, Riley Strain, thank you so much for being here and for giving us some insight on what could have possibly happened to you. I hope that you are found very soon, and we will revisit your case if we need to in the future. But for now, I ask that you go back to the energy from where you came. And thank you so much for being here.